been walking too long here. Shake my head and wondered why I cried those tears. The soles of my feet are burning on, and my eyes cannot see. Won't you tell me why it is that these truths terrify me? Yes, they terrify me. Take me down to the river bend. Sweet Lord, got to walk beside me and hold my hand. Take me down to the river, Lord. Sweet Lord, got to hold me under, save my soul. Got to save my soul now. Got to save my soul. Got to save my soul now. Save my soul. Spend most of my life confused and in pain. Things that I can never begin to explain. Take more than a glass of cool water to douse this flame. But will my pleas and my cup and my eyes turn to heaven? I'm a beggar in the rain. It's a beggar in the rain. Take me down to the river bend. Sweet Lord, got to walk beside me and hold my hand. Take me down to the river, Lord. Sweet Lord, got to hold me under, save my soul. Got to save my soul now. Save my soul. Got to save my soul now. Save my soul. Save my soul now. Save my soul. Save my soul. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Hi there, this is Craig from the Nile Deltas, and this is a video interview for Two Finger Media. Will has kindly sent me 20 questions, asked me to do this and play a few songs. I have pre-recorded the songs, so they should be spliced in sort of as the questions go. You might have even seen one already, I'm not sure. Because I did it that way because I'm a terrible guitarist. So to get a good take, just like in a row with the questions, it's never going to happen. So yeah, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So let's get down to these questions. How are you coping during this time of lockdown? It must be tough for a touring musician. Now, as you can see, I'm not in lockdown unless I am a hobo and live in my van, which I'm not, even though I look it. I understand. I live in a house with 2 young children who are quite loud, 2 crossbreed dogs that are both crossed with very yappiness. There's both be pugs. One is a pug crossed with Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are very yappy. And one is a pug crossed with a Jack Russell. Jack Russells are very happy and want to bite everyone's faces off. So, if anyone even looks at the house, they're at the window. Like, don't ever look here! Get away! Move! So So the chances of doing something nice and quiet and getting these questions done and songs played were slim to nothing. So thus I've come in the van, squeezed in, to get some nice settings. I had already done about 5 minutes of this video, and then a man came and knocked at the window. Even though I'm a very secluded lay-by, it turns out that you can't sit anywhere for longer than a few minutes without someone finding you. And he was asking for directions. Like, mate, can you see the video? Oh, sorry, mate. I'm lost. All right, fine. As a Samaritan, I told him the wrong direction, sent him on his way. No, I told him where to go. So touring. With the Nile Deltas, being a six-piece, touring is not really something that we do a lot, because trying to get 6 people all, for a gig is tough in itself, or having day jobs. And also, we're only limited to the gigs we can play that can fit a 6-piece band in. So you can only play really good venues with a really good stage and PA. So those sort of gigs are all being fought out by a lot of good bands. So we get a bit choosy on the gigs we play, and obviously we turn a lot of gigs down that just won't be practical. The effort to go and play is outweighed by say the size of venue and whatever, and the fee, if there is a fee. Original music fees can range from wow, we're getting paid that to we'll do it for exposure. So you have to weigh it up. So to be fair, it's not affected our touring too much. Someone else going by. But we did have some great shows lined up this year. Leo's Red Lion was a brilliant. It's been, I think it's been rescheduled to the 5th of September. We can't do it. We had Crazy Cowboy Festival 5. Oh, God, I was looking forward to that. That's been postponed. A few more through the summer been postponed. We've got some really good gigs towards the back end of the year, and it's just fingers crossed that we can still get to play them. You're the lead singer of the band the Nile Deltas, a band that has been gaining momentum over the past couple of years. How would you describe our sound? Our sound is southern rock and roll, man. Bluesy, southern, soul-y, rock and rolly. That is how I would describe it. I don't think I can describe it any better than that. 3. The Nile Deltas have been formed for 5 years or so. Before this band, have you been in any other band? Before this band, I was in an acoustic 3-piece with my brother, who was a fantastic singer and guitarist and drummer, and he was even a rapper, MC Mist. And we were a 3-piece, fantastic guitarist, Dave Evans. His acoustic guitar playing is just out of this world. And we did original music and covers. We did quite well on the circuit around Leicester. We were quite well thought of. Sadly, that was gone by the wayside, not because of this band, but just because my brother, we all got commitments. My brother got a new job that involved shifts, which was a new thing to deal with. Then he had a child. I got 2 kids. I joined this band. So and Dave Evans was he's a chemicals rep, so he was off jet setting around the world. And so just for 3 people, it was hard to get practice time. If you can't practice, then you can't play. So we had to just leave it, which was sad because we loved it. So you can see a 3-piece is hard enough to get organised. So a 6-piece with this, you can see how it can be a bit of a logistical nightmare. That was what I used to do before this. That's it. That's the only other band I've been in. How were you How were you recruited into the band? Did you know the other members already? I did not know anyone in this band. I was fortunate enough to meet a fantastic lead singer of a band called Max Manning, who was the lead singer of the Delegrants, an absolutely immense blues, southern rock band. I don't know what they are anymore. They keep meandering with the sound. They were a blues band. The new stuff is like proper southern rock, country rock. I don't know. It's just good. It's good. They're a good band. And I am a roofer by trade. That's why I have the van. And I put some Velux windows in for him. And it was like, I was singing along to radio. He was like, yeah, you're okay, you know, mate. And I was like, yeah, just sing along and do a bit with the acoustic band. And he was that impressed that he asked me to come sing at a local festival, just do a couple of step in with the Delegrants, who were the Mocats at the time, and then they became the Delegrants. Then we did Michael McDonald, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and we did a Bon Jovi song. I think it was Bad Medicine, but it might not have been. But it was a Bon Jovi song, so it was good. Whatever it was. I know what you're saying, Tom Lord. I'm right. So yeah, did that, loved it, and then about a week later, I got a phone call from a fine gentleman named Bruce Hartley, who's sadly no longer our bass player because he's had to step away because it turns out he's a world-class bass luthier, and he's now concentrating on his business, making basses. I'm brand repping with the old Bassworks t-shirt. Any bass players out there, go and check out Bassworks Facebook page at bassworks.com, I'm guessing, might be. If you need a bass, if you want a bass that no one else has got, then you go to Bassworks. He's so good at making basses. He's even started making guitars. I don't know if that makes sense, but he does both. Yeah, he's even making guitars now as well. Just an absolutely fantastic, woodworking legend. So yeah, so he rang me up and was like, "Hello, my name is Bruce." He's quite well spoken. Would you like to come and audition for our band? I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. I quite fancied being a full band then, after singing with the Delegrants lads. So I went to the secret location in Market Harborough. Went to met the lads. They took me. It's a factory of sorts. That's as specific as I'm getting. And they walked. They walked me to a bunker at the back, down in a dark corridor, and I'm starting thinking, this was a bad choice, boy. This is a bad choice. Get into the room, and it's a fully blue lit room. As a kid, I was a fan of the Police Academy movies, and a blue room just screamed Blue Oyster to me. So with the music, it was playing in my head, and I was expecting the Leather Chaps to come out, and I was thinking, this is a bad life choice. You've made a bad choice here, boy. And luckily, when they reached into the cupboard, they took out instruments. So that was a close one. And then, we played Signed, Sealed, Delivered, which is funny now because we would never, ever play anything like that. But it was funny that was what I auditioned with. Then got a phone call saying they'd love me to join, and I enjoyed it. So I said, let's do this. And that is how we got to know each other. We pass in the hall on our way to separate rooms. Only time we ever talk is when the monthly bills are due. fake the perfect life. I'm past the point of giving in, and all my tears cry. We just can't go on like this. Say the world will call it quits. Baby, you can't go or you can't stay. But I won't love you either way. It's been so long since I felt anything inside these walls. You can hate and you can't hurt when you don't feel it all. I used to cry, stay up at nights and wonder what went wrong. It's been so hard. Hearts can only do this for so long. We just can't go on like this. Say the world will call it quits. Baby, you can't go or you can't stay. But I won't love you either way. We can't just go on like this. Say the world will call it quits. Baby, you can't go or you can't stay. But I won't love you either way. Are you keeping in touch with your bandmates during this time, writing new material? Yes, we have now managed to set up an isolation booth so that I can remote record. And so me and Tom are quietly in the background working on some new stuff. It's all going well. I mean, you've seen the results of the... of our first attempt at recording stuff remotely. The Black Crows, She Talks to Angels. We did a poll on our Facebook fans inner page, and that came out as #1 vote. I hope you enjoyed it. As of last time I looked yesterday, it was about 2,000 views, so that's not too bad. Right. How does the writing process work within the band? Do you each bring something to the table, or is it a total collaborative effort? The way we work, because one member of the band is a music machine and has their own recording studio, he generally writes the music. Then me and him hash out melodies with Nige. Tom Lord being the music man. He owns the studio. He plays piano, electric guitar, bass, bongos, harmonica, the bum drums, spoons. Does it all. So he generally writes a track, sends me it, says, "What do you think?" And I listen to it, think, "Yeah, it sounds like music." And then I'll go down there, and then we spend a night, 2 nights, 3 nights trying to envisage what the melody would be. I'll sing something, he'll say it's wrong. He'll say do this, I'll say I don't like it. And then we'll go back and forward until we get enough bits that we both like. And then that becomes the melody. And then yeah, we do scratch lyrics. A lot of them stay, but we'll rewrite stuff, and yeah, and then we'll have a song. Nigel help in that process as well. He'll come down and help with the melody stuff, and put in exactly the same with three of us. As yet, Simon, bass player, he's a new team member, so he hasn't had yet to come into the writing process. He may well do the same, and then we get the song fleshed out, get it structured and everything, and then we take it out into the big room. Then we all get plugged in, get speakers out, get everything, big PAs out. It's quite a secluded spot, so we can make as much noise as we want. And then we play them, and then you get to see what kind of song it is. Because when you get a demo can sound good, and it can. When you play it live, sometimes it won't sound as good as you thought it did, and a lot of times it's the opposite way around, where you think the demo's okay, and you'll get it in the room and you'll get the live sound, and you'll be like, wow, this is way better than I thought it was going to be once everyone gets in on it. And that's pretty much the way we write songs. Right, you have real life jobs outside of music. How hard is this lockdown when you're unable to do either? How do you keep saying? Lockdown for me, been pretty easy because I'm lazy. So it's like, don't work, and don't feel guilty about it. Amazing. But I was going to say it seriously, but that is pretty true. So yeah, lockdown has been okay. I mean, luckily I've been that busy with work anyway that I've got enough in the bank for however long this has been so far. I mean, if it lasts much longer, then I'll start panicking. But yeah, having the day job is, it's fine. And we can, with the government schemes, hopefully we'll be able to claim some money and stuff like that. I mean, I feel for the actual super musicians, the touring musicians that have just had their livelihood just like, all right, you can't earn no money no more. You just can't do it. It must be soul destroying. So my heart goes out to all the the real pros, the Jack Hutchinsons, the Mike Rosses, the Guerrilla Riot lads, all the people that are sort of really pushing and full-time tourers. Yeah, it must be terrible for people like that. So yeah, but luckily, I'm not in that boat. So yeah, fingers crossed, it all gets sorted pretty soon, and we can all get back to getting on the road and making some noise. Right. Question 8. With all the time during lockdown, are you trying anything new to pass the time other than music? Not really, no. I have a few hobbies that with the music. Actually, yes. Teaching. Teaching is the new thing that I'm trying. It seems that I'm not the best teacher. Though I have all the tools, I feel I'm I'm not stupid. I have quite a good temperament and all that. I have a grasp of most subjects. But the one thing I don't have is punctuality when it comes to getting my boy. I'll just drop some. Sat at the table. He's 9. Sat at the table and doing the maths, because there's also things that I want to do. So one, I've got to get up, which has always been the bane of my life. And if you've not got anything to get up for, then you don't get up. And if you've not got anything to get up for, you don't go to bed. So if I go to bed before 4, then it's an early night. Luckily, my kids, I've got a 13-year-old daughter who has been 14 now, actually. She's turned 14 in lockdown. Poor girl. My lad turned 9, just entering lockdown. And then my daughter turned 14 during lockdown, so they've had no parties, no nothing. So they've not been too happy about that. So sorry about that. So luckily she is an academic superstar. So she gets up. She's been set so much work daily amounts of work and stuff, and she's at the table doing it most of the day. I think she's absolutely enjoying being at home doing schoolwork because she gets to watch telly while doing schoolwork. Now, I've been sceptical that she's actually getting it done, but she keeps showing me all the work, and I think it takes twice as long, but she seems to be enjoying it more. So, fair play to her, and well done, Bethany. Very proud of you. Sebastian, not so much. He wants to watch YouTube and play with his toys. And I play my guitar, I sing, I get distracted by everything and everything. Shiny thing, I'm just, So for both of us to get organised and sat at the table is a nightmare. But once we're there, well, we're learning. We're learning loads, him and me, and we're getting stuff done. But that has been the thing in lockdown that I've learned. I'm a terrible teacher. Do you have a favourite festival to attend as a fan and play at? Being a parent, again, you don't get to go to festivals. And being in music, you're either playing something, going to a gig or whatever, or you got kids and they don't want to go to festivals. They're not at that age yet where it is interesting to them to stand and listen. That's the last thing my boy wants to do. My daughter likes music, but her taste is not where the festival would be. They would not converge. Oh, mind you, she is into classic rock, but the festivals wouldn't probably be all the classic rock bands that she likes. I don't get to go many festivals. I mean, my favourite festival I ever went to was Ramblin' Man, but that was because I was playing it. If you go to a festival and open it up on the new band stage, you got Neil Murray on bass because sadly Bruce was ill. The sun was blazing. The first band on, only band on for half an hour. 2,000-3,000 people in front of you. You absolutely monster it. Then when you finish, it rains all day. But it looks like on your photos, and then it finished with Rival Sons, like standing in the rain watching Rival Sons. Insane. Brilliant. That is my favourite festival I've ever been to. And I'm not sure it'll ever be topped, to be honest. And to play at Crazy Cowboy. I thought that festival last year was insane. I really enjoyed it. I loved the concept. 2 big rooms, enough crowd for one room, and then they move backwards and forwards, giving bands time to set up unstressed. Just a great setup. I really enjoyed it. I'm gutted, but we're not doing it. We've missed it. Hopefully we're doing it when it gets rearranged. But, everything's up in the air. But, yeah, they were my 2 favourite festivals so far. Right. Blah, blah, blah. Do each of you in the band bring different musical influences to the table? And does that make for a killer song? Pretty much everyone has the same sort of taste. I would say that I'm the one who listens to newer stuff and shows the lads newer stuff. But that's because I work on roofing on my own. Sometimes with someone, sometimes without. So I generally spend 8 hours plus a day with headphones in my ears. So whether it's music or podcasts, so I get to just, gobble up the media. Anyone releases something new, I listen to it straight away. I know people moan about no money in music and whatever, but Spotify has been insanely good for me. Having all that time, it's just. But I know, having an EP out and having it streamed, what seems like a lot, and then getting very little, it's a bit annoying. But as a music fan as well, it's been a godsend. I listen to new stuff all the time. I tend to be the one that discovers something out of the 6 of us and present it. But generally, we've all got the same sort of taste. So we're all pulling in the right direction, same direction. Another level. You've been playing a few new songs at gigs before this lockdown. Can we expect a debut album or new EP anytime soon. Yes, we have been playing some new songs, and they've gone down an absolute treat. It's been an absolute joy to play them. My favourite is Rise and Shine. We've been ending with Rise and Shine, and it is just a beast of a song. It's even got some sort of rock rapping at the end. Who would have thought it? Rock rap! And it's been a joy to play. We've got another one, Don't Go Asking Questions. It's got a big high note that's always, it's always, here we go! Am I going to hit it? And they've gone down a storm. And then we recorded the EP at Rockfield, and we didn't just record the 5 songs that we put out. We recorded I think we recorded 7. So we had 2 that we parked because we felt like they were album songs. Not to say that they weren't like good songs, but they're just, anyone who listens to an album, you know the radio hits and you know the album tracks. And yeah, we recorded a couple of songs that definitely felt like they should be saved for a full album. So we got them in the bank. We got, yeah. So we're pretty much, we could put a new EP out now, but with the time that we've got, I think the consensus is to push on for an album, because we've got so many ideas, so many half songs that are sounding really good. So we might, I mean, you write an album, we can't play it to you anyway, so we may as well use the time to push on for a full album and have a full debut album out towards the end of the year, early next year. So that's what it's looking at. 12. Are there any bands that you think we should check out at the moment, excluding our own? Who have I been listening to? I mean, the Delagrants are just finishing their 3rd album, I think. 2nd, 3rd album. So I think that they're brilliant. So I would go and listen to them. A lot of other stuff that I listen to. I wouldn't say I listen to a lot of people who are on the same scene. I don't know why. I did like the Rising Souls, but they've just folded. I loved Temperance Movement. They've just folded. I loved what was it? What were they called? They had an album called Natchez. what are they called? I can't remember, but they folded. So it turns out if I find a band that I like, they're going to fold. So you don't want me listening to your music. You don't want to send me any links. Don't send me the like my band things, that everyone sends you. Because if I like it, you're going to fold. So, what else? What have I been listening to though? Jason Isbell. I'm a real big fan of singer-songwritery stuff. So I tell you what, yeah, I listened to Jason Isbell. I listened to a band called Need to Breathe that I really like. But just lately, and probably at the start, just before lockdown, I discovered Brandi Carlile. Brandi Carlile is a life changer. She's one of them people, you can listen to people and like them, but then you can listen to someone and just be like, where have you been all my life? Brandi Carlile is one of them. I had it with Ray LaMontagne. I had that feeling. I've had it with the Black Crows, Blackberry Smoke, Temperance Movement. One of them bands you just listen to and they're just different to what. There's a sensation when you like something, but then there's a sensation when something touches you inside. Touches that part of you that is not visible to the outside world. Massages it. And you're like, oh my God. And so she, at the minute, is just on loop. Hopefully, I'll have a cover of that soon if Tom gets his piano fingers out. Because I am begging to cover one of her songs.
leaves a hand on the gun. Don't trust anyone. I was so sure what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun. Days when we raged, we flew off the page. Such damage was done. But I made it through, 'cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. So girl, put your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress in Richmond, Ohio. But I sobered up and swore off that stuff forever this time. The old lovers say I thought it'd be me who helped him get home. But home was a dream, one that I'd never seen till you came along. So girl, hang your dress up to dry. We ain't leaving this room till Percy Priest breaks open wide and the river runs through. Carries this house on the stones like a piece of driftwood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. So girl, put your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good.
All right, next question. Do you have a favourite cover tune to play live? Without doubt, do I have a favourite cover tune to play live? We don't play it very often because it's not really, I don't know, it's not something that we can play sort of, because we tend to support bands, and it's not a song a support band should really play. And you have to end a set with it. You can't put it anywhere else but at the end of a set. And the song is Kashmir. We absolutely, I mean, I'm quite a self-deprecating character. But if there is one thing I know, it's that we absolutely monster Kashmir. The lads just absolutely smash it to pieces. Drumming, Damon on drums, just insane. New bass player, Ty, brilliant. Bruce used to just annihilate it. Cy is in the same caliber, so he will annihilate. I'm not sure if I played it with him. Might have done. And then the two lads on guitar, you know, obviously brilliant. But then Giles on full monster organ. And then I get to just stand at the front and wail. I mean, as long as I say the right words, doesn't matter what I do. It just, amazing. So having the power of that coming from behind you, amazing. That is my favourite cover to do. If you could share the stage with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be? Right, well, this is tough, and it's only just changed in the last few days, to be honest. Jay Buchanan of Rival Sons is my all-time favourite rock singer. His voice is just untouchable. So I'd love to share the stage with him, but at the same time, I'm not going to be able to live with him. You'd hate to get into some sort of sing-off. These crappy singing programs, you know, where they get him to sing off. Who does that? You should be harmonising. That's singing together. You don't sing off. Who does that help? That doesn't serve the song. It's just useless. So it'd be a case of, right, Jay, I'll take the low bits. You smash them high bits. And then you just sort of, once he starts hitting the notes, just slide off stage. So I'm not sure if I would. Chris Stapleton, one of my all-time. He's another one of them. When you hear them, they're just, oh my God, insane. And a life-changing singer. I'd love to sing with Chris Stapleton, but I think we just look too similar. And so I'd be the not-so-good Chris Stapleton. So maybe that's not a good thing either. Ray LaMontagne, like I mentioned earlier, I think that's doable. Our voices are different, so I think we could sing a duet and it'd be cool. But I fell down a young Tom Jones. That sounded dirty there a minute. And I fell down a young Tom Jones black hole. And watching that programme he used to do when he was young, where he used to have the best singers on in the world, and they'd sing duets. Tom Jones is in the top 5 greatest singers of all time. Fight me. Watching him sing with like Cher and Tina Turner and Bill Withers and anyone, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young sing with, Etta James, Aretha Franklin. Like he is. I think Tom Jones, when he was young, is like an anime character, an anime hero. Now, that might not make sense to anyone who doesn't watch anime. I'm a geek, and sci-fi, anime, fantasy is my staple diet. And what you'll find with an anime hero is they will always have another power level that they will only reach when fighting someone, you know, that is more powerful than they are at that present moment. And then they will find that moment where they go up a level to defeat the baddie. And Tom Jones' singing is a lot like that. I see him singing solo and he's like, Tom Jones is amazing. But you put him with a super singer where he's got that voice next to him and he just goes, ah! And just rises a level. And it doesn't matter who he brings on, it makes him even better. And he just gets better and better and better. Every time you like, well, he's going to struggle with this one, they're amazing. And I know Tom's amazing, but finally, Tom might not come out the winner. And never, he outsings everyone, and not in a horrible singing contest way. They sing them together. It's always the best singer. So it's like they're looking at each other in awe at how good the other one is. So they're just playing off each other. I think the Bill Withers one was the best, because Bill Withers just kept like doing something super. I think it was Bill Withers. He was a super soul bloke. And like they've got the most insane soul voice, and then they're hitting the notes, and then Tom hits the same note. And then Tom hit a high note, so then they'll hit a high note. And then they get to the point where like they're just, both of them are laughing because they can sing whatever they want, anything they want. And they just end up start wailing, but in a good way. Like just, and they look like they're having the greatest time of their life. You know, I could have just stood behind them, sharing the stage, just swinging my arms. You know, one of them, the backing dancers, the plump backing dancer at the back, because that's why they're backing dancer. So yeah, sharing the stage with Tom Jones would be amazing. A young Tom Jones. Right. Do you have any favourite venues, and where would you like to play one day that you haven't so far? Anywhere is a favourite venue at the minute, isn't it? So I don't think you can be picky. It's just a case of wherever you're allowed to play will be your favourite venue. But if there was one venue, well, the venue, I loved the Crazy Cowboy in Reading. I just thought that was the brilliant setup or whatever. I mean, there's so many good venues. I couldn't list them out, but I liked that one purely because it was the way the festival was set up. But if there was a venue that I could play, it would be Coco, and it burnt down. So it's like, can't even play that. It's because I liked it. You know, either the bands break up or the venues burn down. But that would have been it. I've been there once to see the Chris Robinson Brotherhood, and it was just, what a venue. I'll tell you what, another one actually, just thinking about that, was I went to see the Magpie Salute at Under Stamford Bridge as music venue, and that was cool as well. So I wouldn't mind playing there either. Now, if you were a superhero, what superpower would you have? I am a comic geek. I read comics. I download from the app Comixology. I am an avid comic fan. And then without a doubt, I don't even have to think about this, it wouldn't be a power, but I would have, well, it would, I suppose, the power of Thor. Thor is my favourite character in any genre ever. I would say I've read 99% of all Thor comics, all of them. That is quite the boast. And honestly, I found one the other day, an annual from 2010, I think it was, that I hadn't read. But I subscribe to Marvel Comics, their own app, and what they do, it's like SoundCloud, but for Marvel Comics. Not SoundCloud, Spotify, but for Marvel Comics. So they have every comic scanned in digitally of anything they've ever released up to 3 months ago, so that they make you have to buy the new comics, but you get to read the old comics with a subscription. It's like 40 quid a month. And I started at the very first appearance of Thor in Incredible Hulk, something or other. I think it was Walt Simonson, or it might be Stanley who wrote it. I think it must have been Stanley. But through into the Walt Simonson run, all through every run there's ever been. Followed the whole, read it all, everything. And so, of all the superpowers, it would be Thor. And that is doubly good, because if I have the power of Thor, that also means that I'm worthy. So that also means that I'm doing all right in life. If I am worthy to lift Mjolnir, then I'm doing okay. So if Captain America can do it, then I can do it. So yeah, the power of Thor is what I would have. Beer or whiskey or tequila? If I was young, I'd have said tequila. But I'm old. So I would say beer. Because spirits are not for me. Never been able to drink other than tequila. I had a good few years where it was the tequila thing, you know, licking the salt, doing the lime and stuff. But yeah, I am not a spirits man. You won't see me. Well, if you see me in a photo shoot holding like Tennessee whiskey, you know, a bottle of number 7, any sort of spirit like that is fake, because I don't drink it. I can't drink it. It makes me cry. It's horrible. I'm not a real man. Just don't like it. But I love a beer. Or if I'm going to have the power of Thor, then I love a good a mead. I'll have a nice tankard of mead, man. That is my be all and end all beer. Beer of all sorts. Whether it's a lager, whether it's a bitter, whether it's an ale, anything. But in pints. 2 pints sometimes. 18. Car or motorcycle? I always thought of myself as a outlaw motorbike rider. That was how I dreamed that I would be a motorbike rider. But alas, that has not turned out to be the case. And I'm a bit, miffed, Will, that it should have car or motorcycle or van. Because everyone knows a van is the greatest transport of all time. There goes a car. You don't like that. Van. I always wanted to drive a motorbike, but then when I went on holiday at 15, my last ever family holiday with mum and dad, and my littlest brother, who was 7 at the time, no, he might have been a bit younger than that. It doesn't matter. So we wanted scooters because my mum and dad liked going to see the island, so we went to hire some scooters. And the bloke said that I was too big, too manly, too Thor-like to go on the back of a scooter for my mum. He would have to drive. He can drive it. And I was like, yes, this is the man that I like. I can drive that. I can drive it real well. So got on. Mum got on the back. We drove down this long, miles long road, and I could drive it really well on a straight road. We got to the first corner. There was gravel. A lot of gravel. And I pulled the front brake. Ouch. Off we came. My mum used me as a crash mat. I had no skin. It was about time. Luckily the scooter didn't get too damaged. I had to get on the back because that was it. Confidence gone. We drove to the nearest beach and my mother made me go in the sea. Never forgive you, mother. The pain. The pain! Clean the wounds, she says. Clean the wounds. Ouch. So that was almost the last time that I ever went on a motorbike. It wasn't even a full motorbike, scooter. But when we had it for a week, that was the first day. So when we were going to take them back, I said I wanted to have a little ride just to, got to face your fears and conquer them. That's what Thor would do. So I got on it and I rode straight. Didn't fall off, but then I had to turn around, come back. So thought, play safe, get off, walk it round and just go back. Fear conquered. So I started walking it round this big mud patch to turn it round. Didn't see a brick. Went over the brick, which made my hand go like that, which made it go. And I ran all the way back, chasing it. Well, not all the way back, because in the end I had to let go. And off it went into a ditch and got more damaged than it was to start with. And that was the very last time I've had dealings with anything motorised with 2 wheels. Outlaw motorbike rider was not for me. Hat or no hat? So, last question. What's the first thing you will be doing once the lockdown ends and restrictions are lifted? I think I had to think about this when I seen the questions, to be honest, because what's the first thing you do? It depends. Like, obviously, it'd be great to play a gig, go and practice at the thing, but just doing something simple, like going to the cinema, is the thing I'm looking forward to. I love watching movies. There's nowhere better to go and do it than at the cinema. It's good having the movies on the screen, but without all the sound and everything. And everyone's got a big telly, so usually it's a good movie growing experience at home. But there's nothing beats the big budget movies through the summer. And that is the thing I will miss, and that will be one of the last things that might come back, because you're all sat there. I'm not sure whether movie theatres can survive on sort of less people per showing. I don't know, but that will be one of the first things that I do when able. And that is my last question. So thank you very much for Will for asking me to do this. I really enjoyed it, and I hope if you've stayed with me all this time to my ramblings, that it's took away a few boring hours, or a boring hour maybe, and that you all stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you on the road at some point in the future. If this is the first time you've ever heard of me and heard of my band, please check us out on Facebook, Nile Deltas. Check us out on it's not SoundCloud. There we go, to SoundCloud, on Spotify and all the usual places. I hope you enjoyed the songs that are going to be dotted about through the recording, and I'm guessing we'll end on a song now. I hope you enjoy whichever one I'm about to play. Thank you, peace out, and stay safe. See you on the road.
Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come and they will pass. You'll find a woman and you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there is someone up above. And be a simple kind of man, or be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Forget your lost, for the rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want from you, my son, to be sad. don't you worry, you'll find yourself